Hi guys, it's Rob Marenghi here. Hope you're doing well. So today I wanted to talk to you and to try and keep the video under 20 minutes, hopefully around 10, and I will keep my eye on the recording time, I promise. Um, Not only because they take so long to upload, but because according to the statistics, people are sort of tuning out around 60% through videos. Could be other reasons for that, but I'm going to try and make them a bit shorter. So today I want to talk about staying true to yourself. So, as has been said, there is a little version of you running around in the heads of everyone you know. Now, it probably varies in accuracy as to what this little version of you gets up to, in accordance with what you actually get up to. But you know what I mean. No matter what you do, no matter how carefully you tread on eggshells to try and please people, etc., you are still going to be judged, probably largely incorrectly, for what people are supposing that you do. And you could be trying to please everyone else, all the while betraying yourself and feeling bad about that, and still being misjudged by people. And even if you try and please too many people, you'll end up letting them down, and they'll see you as a false promise maker. So not only would you betray yourself, you'd hurt everyone else. Without going into too much detail, I've recently had a sort of professional moral conundrum where I knew that if I didn't say something, a bad thing would be allowed to continue happening, and I would feel very bad for allowing it to let it happen. Never mind what anyone else has said about it, because no one else said anything. Yes, and I've talked about the risks before of speaking out versus not speaking out and stuff like that. So yes, this bad thing was happening. I lost sleep over it. There was suffering induced by it on someone else, not on me. So I decided to say something about it. And I went from sort of one world of pain to another world of pain. I felt very unburdened and like I could sleep properly at night once I came forward and said something. But once I came forward and said something, a whole bunch of dramas unfolded, and I guess the allegation is quite serious, and that's what I've been told. So once everyone finds out, I might get a reputation as a snitch, which would be annoying. I've had other things come up in workplaces and just settled it quietly one-on-one, just the way you should do most things. But this was quite serious, so I sought advice from other people, and they all said, report this one. So yes. Anyway, the point is, I'm now in a in a world of shit because of this. But I would have been in a world of shit anyway, a different world of shit, a world of shit of being ashamed of myself and viewing myself as a coward and allowing this suffering of this other person to continue. I work in a school, by the way, it's a bit different in terms of looking out for people. So yes, before I said anything, people had a little version of me running around in their heads, probably, incorrect for the most part, based on little flashes of what I've told them or what they've seen of me, and or they're projecting how they are onto me, or how they think people like I am, or etc. So I had that version of me running around in their heads, and now I don't know how far word will spread or has spread, but there's a different version of me running around in their heads. Some people maybe prefer this version. Some people will not prefer this version. But the point is, both versions, pre and post event, are and were erroneous for the most part. And I'm well aware I'm probably guilty of this myself. If you think of someone you work with, someone who annoys you, they've already come to mind. You have like a little film of how you imagine their life is, and it's probably probably nothing like that. And if they do something dramatic or to annoy you or please you, a new version of them will form in your head and be running around and will probably be just as erroneous. It'll either be too flattering or too denigrating, that word, I think it is, too critical. So the point is, you have to stay true to yourself, your own convictions, your own heart, your own view, because it's almost like you betray life by not doing that, I think. And you know, cowards die many times, as has been said. If you feel like you're weighed down by something you have to say to someone, but you're worried that it will upset them or cause a dispute or a rift, even a permanent one, my experience is it's still best to say it. You can word it as tactfully as you can. You can say, rather than say, you're doing this, it annoys me, you're doing this, upsets me, you can say, I feel a bit uncomfortable when you've spoken like this to me or to this person, or put it on yourself instead of accusing. And I think that's much, much better, because I've said before in a different video, I can't remember which one, but if you imagine yourself being confronted, if someone's like, you did this, you did that, defenses come up, you even go on the attack, the situation could get worse. Whereas if someone comes up to you and says, hi, I'm, no disrespect, but I realize this is my problem, but I felt like this when you did this, and I'd rather you didn't. It's your best bet, I think. Your chances are much, much, much better. But even if you think one thing, you're in a room, there's 100 people in the room, including you. You think one thing, 99% of the people think another thing. 99 people think another thing. Does that make it right? Well, say, this is an extreme example. I'm not comparing your my workplaces to this, but Nazi Germany, people like Oskar Schindler, who would risk their lives and their families' lives to save Jewish people, whether hiding them or making things slightly easy for them in camps or in transit to the camps or in their persecuted lives. They were very, very rare people. Okay, but they were right, weren't they? They were. How could they not be? They were trying to save lives and alleviate suffering, whilst everyone else was complicit, even if they might not have agreed inside. I'm sure most people despised what was going on, but were too scared, and understandably so, of death for helping the oppressed people. But the point is, people like Oskar Schindler were right, and everyone else was wrong in terms of how they acted, in the complicity. There's a few evil psychopaths orchestrating it all, but yes, as I said before, with bad ideas and with fear and with group, gang, peer pressure, a lot of bad things can be done. So a lot of accepted wisdom is wrong, isn't it? Before Darwin came along, everyone mocked Darwin for his observations because the accepted wisdom was, well, it still is to a lot of people, but God created people out of ribs or dust or whatever it is. Totally, I guess. Can you prove it either way? It seems unlikely. Darwin's theory seems a lot more likely. Yes, but the point is, you might feel like you're the only person who thinks something or worrying about something, and you want to write a Facebook post about it, or you want to say something at work, or you want to say something at home, but you're worrying about being ostracized or called names and being judged. My point is, you are being judged anyway. And your best bet is to be true to yourself, because at least then you can have some self-respect and feel proud of yourself. And other people might even respect you for sort of coming forward, and you'd be surprised at how many people agree with you if you feel something very strongly. About a very controversial topic like Islam or transgender pronouns has become controversial, and so on. Anyway, I'll wrap it up there. 9 minutes 42 seconds. I've got other videos on mental health, derealization, depersonalization, depression, motivation, some funny ones. I'll be playing classical guitar, cartoon theme songs. free links to my music below, which I've stopped describing because I realise I sound like an ass when I do it. It's all free. Check it out on SoundCloud if you like. Yes, that's 10 minutes, and I will wrap it up there because the chances of this messing up uploading are high if the video is long, and it takes an obscenely long time to upload YouTube videos. I don't know if you have ever tried it. Alright guys, take it easy. Bye.